There's a moment every aspiring entrepreneur goes through. It usually happens late at night, after scrolling through success stories, after watching people younger than you talk about their millions, after telling yourself, I'm going to change my life. You close your phone, you stare at the ceiling, and for a few seconds, you actually feel unstoppable. But then, you wake up the next morning, and nothing happens. Not because you're lazy, not because you're not meant for success, but because of something deeper, something most people never admit. This is the real psychology of why most people fail in business. Chapter 1. The illusion of readiness. Most people don't fail because they tried and lost. They fail because they never truly began. They're waiting for a moment when everything aligns. The perfect idea, the perfect plan, the perfect energy, the perfect confidence. It's a quiet belief you rarely say out loud, but you feel it. I'll start when I finally feel ready. But here's the truth nobody likes to face. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. It's the same way you don't feel ready to leave a job or confront a friend or fall in love. You just do it. And then the readiness comes after, not before. Most people stay stuck in the planning stage. Weeks become months, months become years, and dreams become memories. Not because they lack discipline, but because deep down, they're scared of seeing who they really are when they finally try. Chapter 2. The fear of being seen, starting small. Nobody talks about this enough. One of the biggest fears in business isn't failure, it's embarrassment. It's the fear of posting your first video and getting 2 views. It's the fear of launching a product and nobody buys. It's the fear that people who know you will laugh or whisper or wonder why you're trying too hard. So instead of building, you wait, you hide, you convince yourself you're researching when you're really just avoiding the discomfort of being seen at level 1. But everyone you admire today was once seen failing, experimenting, stumbling. The difference is simple. They didn't run from the stage when the audience was empty. Chapter 3. The silent battle with consistency. Here's something people rarely admit. Consistency isn't hard because the task is hard. Consistency is hard because your emotions keep changing. One day you feel inspired, the next day you feel empty. One moment you believe in yourself, the next moment you're doubting everything. Most people think they have a discipline problem, but what they really have is a mood problem. Business doesn't reward the person who works when they feel good. It rewards the person who works even when their heart is heavy, their mind is tired, and nothing seems to be moving. Most quit not because the work stopped working, but because they expected growth to always feel exciting. But growth is quiet, slow, often invisible in the beginning. You water the seed for months before anything breaks the soil. And most people walk away right before the roots finally take hold. Chapter 4. The addiction to quick results. We live in a world where everything feels instant. Meals, messages, entertainment. So we think success should be instant too. But business doesn't care about your timeline. It cares about your patience. People try something for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. When the numbers don't explode, they say the idea isn't working. But what's really happening is this. They're comparing their day 7 to someone else's year 7. They forget the part of every success story that never makes it online. The nights of doubt, the broken ideas, the failures nobody clapped for. Most people fail in business because they want the reward, but not the part where you feel lost and unsure. But that part is the price. Chapter 5. The inner voice that never shuts up. Every entrepreneur has a quiet war inside them. It's the voice that says, what if I'm not good enough? What if this doesn't work? What if I'm wasting my time? What if I end up embarrassing myself? We call it doubt, but it's really just your brain trying to protect you from disappointment, from risk, from uncertainty. Your mind is wired for survival, not success. And survival means stay the same. So every time you try to grow, your psychology tries to pull you back to comfort, to familiarity, to the version of you that doesn't dream too loud. Most people fail because they obey the voice. They think the fear is a sign to stop, when it's actually the sign that you're finally moving in the right direction. Chapter 6, The Turning Point. But here's the part people rarely hear. You don't need more motivation. You don't need the perfect idea. You don't need confidence or capital or clarity. What you really need is permission. Permission to start small. Permission to be seen trying. Permission to post imperfect work. Permission to suck at the beginning. Permission to show up even when your emotions don't match. Permission to build even when no one is watching. When you give yourself that permission, everything changes. You stop waiting for validation. You stop overthinking. You stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, and you finally begin. Closing reflection. Most people fail in business not because they lack talent or intelligence or opportunity, but because they never allow themselves to go through the uncomfortable phases that success requires. So if you're listening to this and you've been stuck or scared or quietly doubting yourself, let this be the moment you stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start where you are, with what you have, at the level you're on. Because the truth is simple. You're not failing, you're just early. And early always feels like failure until the results finally appear.